I'm Jason. Hi, everybody. And this is my co-host tonight. This is Vivian. So it's nice to see everyone. We're going to actually go through and actually talk about the different type of attendees that we have, because obviously some of you guys are TomKings Frenchie parents. Some of you guys might just be Frenchie lovers. And some of you might be interested in actually getting a second or third TomKings Frenchie, or your first. So as we go through, and we're going to use the chat a lot. So has a lot of you guys used Zoom before? Thumbs up with Zoom. Okay, maybe like this, if not so much, but so with Zoom, we're going to use the chat quite a bit. So the chat's going to be a place for all of us to be able to communicate. We know that a lot of times as we go through the webinar, this is our first annual TomKings Frenchie Fiesta. So welcome everybody. But we're going to use the chat a lot, and we're going to use the chat to not only to ask questions, but to engage. We know a lot of times with this many participants, having conversations on the video is going to be challenging. So just a note as we use the chat, if you have questions specific, we might not be able to answer them right away, but we'll definitely get to them. And if it's not during the webinar, we will come back and follow up with you. So does that sound fair? Excellent, excellent. So right now, if everybody wants to go ahead and open up the chat, and we're going to do two things. We're going to actually kind of identify everybody in the chat. So if you are a TomKings owner right now, if you would just put an A to identify yourself, A, if you're a TomKings owner. If you are somebody who is interested in getting a Frenchie, if you would put B. And if you are somebody who is a Frenchie lover, put C. Now, technically, you could be both A and C or B and C, but we're going to go ahead and just kind of break it out that way. If you want to put the second one in there, there you go, Darlene. Thank you, Michael. So we got some A's and C's there. Great. So that helps us identify everybody who's in the chat and exactly if you're in here. Looks like we have a lot of owners, a lot of people that are interested. Tony's waiting for his. Excellent. All right, so we have, we're still getting some participants in, and I think that we have quite a few in right now, but hopefully everybody has heard the introduction. Hopefully everybody had a chance to introduce. If we have any late arrivals, just identify yourself in the chat as A, TomKings owner, B, somebody who's interested, or C, a Frenchie lover. And you can combine them. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. I know that I introduced myself briefly, but I'll go back and do it again. My name is Jason. I am one of the customer service representatives here at TomKings. I know that I've probably spoken to a few of you in the past, but I wanted to also introduce my co-host. This is Vivian. I also want to encourage everybody to turn on their cameras. I know I see everybody's on mute right now, which is fantastic, but we love to see your smiling faces. So I encourage you to Amber and Shane and Sarah and Kyra, let's get those cameras on so we can see your smiling faces. Thank you, guys. That's awesome. There we go. Malcolm came back. So just a quick introduction. My name's Jason. I'm actually originally from the States, born and raised in Nebraska, grew up in Colorado. My wife is Hungarian, and I live here in Hungary with my wife and 3 children. So a very multinational family. We've lived here for the last 3 or 4 years. If anybody is wondering, I do not speak Hungarian yet. It is a very challenging language, but if you want to speak in Spanish, I could probably chop that. But so that's a brief introduction of myself. Vivian?
Well, this is Vivian. Not so interesting, Jason. I'm Hungarian. I work for TomKings and I love my job. So I'm here today to assist you, answer all your questions, and yeah, to enjoy this meetup. So I'm gonna be helping Jason. So yeah, just give me the instructions.
Okay, excellent. All right, as you can see, we're both nervous. This is our first webinar, so you got to bear with us. I know that we're probably going to fumble through this. We'll make some errors, so we'll definitely be laughing at ourselves, and I hope you guys can laugh along with us. But we're going to give you kind of an overview of what we've got planned here. Probably going to spend a good amount of time together, and we encourage everybody to have fun and to get ready with the questions, because I know some of you guys, even as owners, have questions. Some of them might be specific about TomKings. Some of them for you new owners are the ones looking at getting your Frenchies, also about how to raise your Frenchies and food and all the other types of things. So we'll get to a lot of that stuff. But the overview of the event, we're going to kind of talk about a few different things. We'll have well, first of all, we're going to have an introduction, which we already did. I'm using my cheat sheet. So as I go through here, yeah, I might be looking down and reading at the same time. So I see some of you guys smiling, so thank you. It makes me feel better. Obviously, I have to laugh at myself. Nobody else does.
I do.
Oh, you do?
I'm helping out.
You're laughing at me or with me?
No,
okay,
video,
all right,
course,
fair enough, fair enough. So we got some more people coming in. So first of all, let's talk about the TomKings, the playbook that we have set up for you guys. We're going to go through and we're going to do a Frenchie quiz. We're going to have some expert sessions where we actually break out and we have a conversation about
Thank you. I just reacted the comments, sorry.
Okay.
We are doing great.
Great,
so
great.
You.
Okay,
sorry.
thank you. That's okay. And then we're going to actually, at some point, we're going to do a breakout room where we can actually get set up into some different groups. And that way we can have some directed conversations. We'll break out with the owners and have owners conversation. But right now, I want to actually ask you guys in the chat to, we already identified ourselves as Frenchie owners or lovers. But I want everybody in the chat to go in and make 3 words to introduce yourself, and make it just short, just very short and sweet. But we know that you guys by names, but if you guys would actually go in and actually maybe give where you're from, your city and your state or country, and just kind of let us identify where you guys are joining us from. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
Oh, nice.
A lot of people from California. A little jealous of the weather right now.
New York City.
New York. Awesome. We have people from all over.
Debbie and Scott.
Hi guys, welcome.
You check your cheat sheet. What's the next?
I need to check my cheat sheet. What is next? Well, let's talk about a few of the things that, first of all, I know a lot of you guys are familiar with the TomKings story. Let me actually get a show of hands and thumbs of who's familiar with the TomKings story, or who would like a little story time that I can share a little TomKings history with you. So who knows the TomKings story?
Okay, we have a don't know. Story time, please.
Story time. All right, Malcolm, story time. All right. Well, we have a TomKings story, so I'll share it with you guys since you asked. I got a little story I like to tell about 2 fine brothers you know so well. It's Gary and Tom. Gary and Tom actually started TomKings about 15 years ago. They've been actually I was going to say Frenchie enthusiasts, but Tom's actually been a long history of breeding puppies, and they've had them since they were children. So it's just kind of natural that they fell into the Frenchie world. but they've been breeding Frenchies for almost 15 years now. They actually started with a very simple objective. They wanted to raise very healthy, happy Frenchies and share the Frenchie love with the world. So as they started back 10, 15 years ago, their vision actually of having Frenchies, right now we have Frenchies in 49 states in the United States, and we have Frenchies now in 47 countries. So looking forward here 10 years later, they haven't conquered the world yet, but we do have Frenchie love spread all over the world. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I was trying to make a transition there, and I kind of stopped myself because I don't know where I was going. But basically, they've over the last 15 years have been very discerning about the breeding process and making sure that with the mothers and fathers and with the Frenchies, that all of the TomKings Frenchies, and a lot of you Frenchie owners are going to know this, not only do we think that our Frenchies are our children, we know that they're an extension of us, and they're part of our family that come to your family to obviously bring joys into your life. But all of the TomKings Frenchies all over the world are always a part of us as they are a part of you. And it's one of the things that I enjoy about working with TomKings is that not only is it a family company where everybody contributes in many different ways, but we enjoy and really cherish how we're able to touch everybody's lives, because we know that every single day you guys get the furry fun of chasing your Frenchie around and all the sweet smells that they leave throughout the house and all the other things. So, but that's a little bit about the story of TomKings. I think I probably have some other things. Vivian, do you want to say something else about TomKings? And
our mission, really, what our mission is to create happy Frenchie families all over the world. Should we watch the video together with everybody?
Yeah, what do you guys want to watch a video? I think it says it much better than so big thumbs up. You're done listening to me for a while. Sweet. All right, let me actually get to the video and we'll start there. Can you guys,
the technical part?
Yep. Can you guys give me a thumbs up when you see my screen? Big thumbs up. All right, so which one are we gonna do here? Yeah, this is the technical part. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, that's it. You can see the screen fully. Yeah. Yeah, so good. This is the one where Gary's playing with the dogs, right? Yep. So we need another one about the mission.
For customers?
No, the mission video. Just give me 1 second.
Can I play that one?
I'll send you the link. I think this is the only one that you haven't got open.
Oh, perfect. So I have all my tabs open except for the one that I need right now. So
Könyvelőket megbecsülik, átlagon felül fizetéssel honorálják a munkájukat.
Oh, this is what the customers say. That's not the one that I need.
I sent it to you on Slack quickly. Just didn't come through yet.
All
Sorry,
right,
guys, it's just technical issue.
While we're actually going through, give me 1 second, and I'm gonna actually get the correct one pulled up. I apologize for not being prepared.
It's just very slow, isn't it?
It is very slow.
Computer says no.
the interweb is not working so well.
You have to close the other window, I think. Gosh, your laptop is really slow.
Yeah, I need to speak to my boss about that. Maybe I can get another one for Christmas.
It would be a good idea.
Are we recording this?
We are actually.
We are recording
yes.
this. Oh, Gary might actually, yeah, I need a new computer, Gary. Thank you. It's very slow. My productivity is getting cut.
We got a question, but
So,
where are we from? Do you want to answer that? Just by
where are we from? Are you asking about the company or are you asking about us individually?
In the chat, check the chat.
Yeah, check the chat over there. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen real quick. I'm going to go back over and it should be pulled up.
Company.
The company is based out of Hungary. Our farm is located a little bit southwest of Budapest, and we are here in a town called Szeged. Szeged is south central Hungary. It's near the Serbian-Romanian border. So I'm going to go ahead and. So you guys, can you see the screen? Am I getting thumbs up?
It's proven fact
Yep.
that the first few weeks of a puppy's life are crucial to the development. This is the period that they.
All right, guys. All right, showtime. Are you guys ready? Am I getting thumbs up again? I apologize for the technical glitch. I think I have everything else open. Of course, the one that I had to start with wasn't open, so I get all the glitches out at the very beginning. So can you guys see the screen? All right, so here we go.
My name is Lena.
Back to the other video.
And this is my TomKings Kennel French Bulldog. What's on? Hi, my name is Donna Rappaport, and I'm
Playing the
here
two videos.
Proven fact that the first
Hi,
weeks of a puppy's
my
life
name's
are crucial to
and
the development. This is the period that they usually spend with their breeder, who has a great responsibility for their life.
Hi all,
My name is
I'm
Gary,
Kripa, and this
co-founder
is
of
our
TomKings Puppies.
angel Elka.
And it's our
Hi,
mission to
my
reduce
name
the
is
number of
Kristen,
camps and
and
support
this-
ethical breeding. Not everyone knows what ethical breeding is, so let me explain here how we do it. Many people leave a fortune at the vet because they've chosen to keep
It's still
puppies
not
with
Jason
non-ethical
proof, right?
breeders.
No,
But
no.
it's proven
I
fact
asked
that
at the very beginning of this, just to let everybody know, I asked to make this Jason proof, and obviously I can't make it Jason proof against myself, so I apologize for that. So we're gonna have a brief advertisement, and then here comes.
Our thing.
Gonna play the video.
Now that I'm free, like for Pandora.
Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, available now.
Rocket bath time.
What is it playing now?
What?
Okay, let me see. Oh,
Hey guys, I stopped the screen share. Okay, I will jump in quick. I guess I will play the mission video. Okay, Vivi.
we actually just got there, Rolly. We actually
was-
just managed to
But
open
we were watching the bathing of the French bulldog, the spa video of the French bulldogs. Okay, I just pull up the video.
Proven fact that the first few weeks of a puppy's life are crucial to the development. This is the period that they usually
Now
spend
it's-
with the breeder.
Now it's playing in the
who has a great
background
responsibility for
from
their
Jesus'
life.
computer. Yeah, so just 1 second, guys. Just jump in here quick. I'm also helping Jason and Vivi.
Proven fact that the first few weeks of a puppy's life are crucial to the development. This is the period that they usually spend with their breeder, who has a great responsibility for their life. My name is Gary, the co-founder of TomKings Puppies, and it's our mission to reduce the number of scams and support ethical breeding. Not everyone knows what ethical breeding is, so let me explain here how we do it. Many people leave a fortune at the vet because they've chosen cheap puppies from an unethical breeder who hasn't made health checks on his dogs before starting to breed them. Because of the low selling prices, they can't afford the best quality food, vet, vitamins, and shots for his puppies, which are kept in a tiny place where they are not even able to learn how to run. My brother, Tommy, and I have been breeding healthy and happy Frenchies on our farm for more than 10 years. We do it because we love them. My brother Tommy majored in animal breeding at university, and I studied in the US. The puppies are like family members on our farm. They can freely run in the huge backyard or come into our house and play with each other all day. We believe that this helps their muscle and body grow better and be social with each other and us humans. Because they are not squeezed into a small space, we can radically decrease the chance of infections and diseases. They are our children. We are there when they are born. We wake them up and feed them every 3 hours in their first 4 weeks of life. We know them not only by names, but also by their personalities. We fly every month to the US with our puppies. More than 200 of them live already in the States or all over the world. Our puppies are usually flying to their new loving homes when they are 3 to 4 months old. At that age, they have already had all the shots needed. So we don't have to pay hundreds of dollars to your vet. We start potty training as soon as possible for you to have an easier job when you get to live and enjoy. I believe in waiting for a few more weeks is worth the while, knowing that your puppy is healthy and has gotten all the necessary shots. We have a close Facebook group with our puppy's new family, where we answer their questions to help raise their TomKings friendship. They share pictures and experiences and help each other too. It is called TomKings Frenchie Family since our puppies are probably related to each other.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Technical assistance came through. All right, everybody. So thank you for bearing with us. Thank you for taking care of the video for us there. Let's go ahead and hopefully I've stopped sharing my screen now. So for you guys that have actually had the pleasure of actually seeing the video, I know some of you have seen it before, some of you have seen it for the first time. But let's do something that's going to be a little bit more fun. I know that, should we do the Frenchie video, Frenchie trivia?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do the Frenchie trivia. All right, guys, we're going to try to do something else without too many technical glitches. So we know you guys are Frenchie lovers. Everybody here is Frenchie lovers. We have some Frenchie owners and we have some Frenchie to-be owners. We're going to go through and do a little Frenchie trivia. So we have some quiz questions for everybody. Now, again, we're going to use the chat. So if everybody wants to get ready with their chat window, it is going to be multiple choice. It's not going to be true or false. So it's not a 50-50. It's going to be four answers. So it'll be a little bit lower percentages, but we think the questions are pretty easy. We think that you guys will do fantastic. So I actually had to go through and make sure I knew all the answers, but
You were right.
I was right? Good, good.
So I'm gonna basically put all the questions into the chat, so you can answer the questions. Is that
Okay.
how we go?
Yep.
Yeah.
So in the chat, you're going to see the questions come up before I read them, and you're going to have basically 4 answers. So you go ahead and just type in your answers, and we'll go through and ask some questions. So are you ready with the first one, Vivian?
I am. Yes.
Are you guys ready for the Frenchie quiz? All right, let's play Frenchie trivia.
Okay. So here comes the first one.
All right, here comes the first question. Are you ready? What is a unique feature of a French bulldog?
Oh, no, I put in what's the answer on that?
All right, more
I'll give you a
technical
little idea.
glitches.
Great. Okay. Sorry.
There you go, Mike. Thank you. Kim, Mike, you guys got it. What do you think?
Okay, the next one. Let's
next one?
Let's go with the next one.
All right.
My
So-
fault. My bad.
So the first one that was in there, as you guys see, it is the pointy and bat-like ears. All right. Now this one we're going to make more challenging because we're going to take out the green check mark. Obviously, the green check mark told you what the answer was. So, but we're going to go ahead and do number 2. Are you ready, Vivian?
Yes.
All right. Question number 2. How often should a Frenchie be groomed? once a week, every day, once a month, or twice a year? Helen, I know you know this one. A month. There we go. We have a lot of months, at least once a month, every day. Wow. Once a week, there we go, once a month. All right. The answers are coming in. Some of you guys are still contemplating. Da, 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 da. You don't see the questions? Do you have the questions in there? Are you looking into the chat? All right, guys. So the answer to the question is once a week. So all you guys that said once a week, congratulations. Yay. Now with the grooming, a lot of times it can be just a wash. Doesn't always mean that there is soap involved necessarily. Sometimes it can dry out their skin. So make sure that at least, there you go. So once a week, include a shampoo. That's what I was just mentioning, Heather, that not every week do you have to do the shampoo. Maybe every other week.
You're practicing English,
I
really?
am practicing my English. Thank you guys for being here. So yeah, every other week with the shampoo is probably okay, Heather. So we're going to do the next question. Daily cleaning of the wrinkles. So we have that question coming up. Darius, we do have that question being answered later. So thank you for the question, but that will come up in one of our breakout rooms. So that is a good question. So the next question, are you guys ready? All right, next question. What special service does TomKings offer with their Frenchies? What special service does TomKings offer with their Frenchies? A, free puppy training classes. B, a lifetime health guarantee. C, friendly and patient nature. And D, excellent guarding abilities.
You read the wrong line, but it's all good. C was a puppy return policy and D, free grooming for a year.
Oh, wow. See? I'm doing really good.
It's going good. It's fine. It's fine. It's in the chat anyway. So.
It is in the chat? That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys can see it. I should just follow the
We are
chat.
nervous. We are really nervous. We are so sorry. We're trying our best. We are a bit nervous. They'll get there.
All right, guys. So everybody in the chat, got your answers in there. And it was B. That's right. A lifetime health guarantee.
Yep.
Yep. You got it, Roland. All right. We're going to go down to the next question. And I have my finger on this one so I don't mess it up. My cheat sheet is a little bit long. So, Amanda, you're dying to know all these puppy, what does it say info?
Where?
All the puppy
the new
names.
comment? Okay. I'm dying to know all these puppy names.
We'll get to that in one of the breakout rooms, Amanda. All right, so the next question, guys, are you ready? French Bulldogs are known for their A, speed and agility, B, strong swimming skills, C, friendly and patient nature, or D, excellent guarding abilities.
Oh, a lot of guesses, right?
Yep.
A lot of seeds.
Snoring. Yep, that's true.
If you need help over there, Jason, I'll fly out in a few.
Yes, please, please.
Oh, snoring.
Yes, Holly, that is true. Farting. Farting,
Very
yes. I like you guys are making up your own answers and they are accurate. So you still get points for actually food motivation. I like that, Amanda. All right, so the correct answer, everybody, is C, friendly and patient nature. There you go, C. You guys having fun?
Thumbs up.
As much fun as this guy? No, okay. All right, next question. Which of these is not a standard color for French Bulldogs? A, brindle, B, fawn, C, merle, or D, cream?
All correct.
Do we have the green check mark on this one?
No, we don't.
No?
No, honestly. I didn't mess this up.
Okay. I think that's because Roland's doing it.
Yeah.
I think he's laughing at
Could
us.
be.
Is he laughing at us or with us?
Oh, hopefully with us.
Okay.
Okay.
All
so
right,
correct
everybody, that
answer.
is correct. The correct answer is C.
Merle.
Merle is not a standard color. All right, rolling on to the next question. What is a common trait of French Bulldogs? Again, we're going to leave the farting out of this one. That is not one of the answers, so please hold yourself. But what is a common trait of French Bulldogs? A, high energy levels. B, minimal barking. C, love for long walks. Or D, hyperallergenic fur.
Ooh. Chat is on fire.
This
B,
chat
B,
is
B,
on
B, B,
fire.
B. A lot of bees out there.
B. B is the correct answer. Yay. All right, guys, you're doing great. Much better than we are. So congratulations. All right, you ready for the you ready for the next question? All right, what year was TomKings Kennel established? What year was TomKings Kennel established?
Very good question.
And
Let's
it
see
is in
how
the
this goes.
2000s, so just 1990 is not an answer, but 2009, 2005, 2012, or 2000.
This is more exciting now.
There we go. I know these questions are challenging. So we have pretty consistent answers here. So guys, TomKings Kennel was established in the year 2009. Yes, the correct answer is 2009. Congratulations, everybody who got 2009. 2012 was close. Nobody put 2000, I think. So good job. All right, we're getting down to the last few questions here. So we're keeping score. We'll announce the winner at the end of the webinar. But let me go ahead and get to the last two questions. What activity is most suitable for a French Bulldog? Which activity is most suitable for a French Bulldog? A, long distance running. B, high intensity agility training. C, short walks and play sessions. Or D, herding activities. Herding activities.
We have an answer. Sleeping.
Oh, wait.
Sleep. Okay, well, I think C.
Think C?
Is it?
I thought it was long distance running.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I don't
Are we
know.
giving it away by talking about this?
Well, yeah.
It's okay.
Okay.
Everybody needs a hint, right? All right, we didn't fool you guys. We were trying to fool you, but everybody got C. Congratulations. Good
Well
job.
done.
Excellent, excellent. All right, I know you guys are ready for Frenchie trivia to be over, but wait, there's one more question. All right, here we go. Last question. What is a key consideration when caring for a Frenchie during hot weather? What is a key consideration when caring for a Frenchie during hot weather? Frequent baths, keeping them cool and hydrated, outdoor exercise, or long haircuts? Long haircuts.
It wasn't me. Don't look at me. Well, at least it was easy. Everyone's commenting B.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy one. Is B the correct answer? Yay! Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen. B is the right answer.
Well done,
Congratulations. All right, guys. All right, thank you guys for playing our Frenchie trivia. That was a little bit of fun icebreaker for all of us to get familiar with Frenchies and also to share all of our Frenchie knowledge. So all of you guys that shared the farting for the answer, you guys did not win the prize, but you did win our condolences for your farting Frenchies. So yeah, let's go ahead and move along. I have to flip my cheat sheet. I'm going to put this one up there because that one is done. So we've done the introductions. We've done the trivia.
It was definitely easier than the videos.
That was definitely easier
Yeah,
than the videos.
definitely.
But don't worry, there's more videos coming. That's right. We have more
Oh.
videos coming. So please bear with us, but we'll get it taken care of. I know that Roland is actually sitting there on point for us. He already knows that we're missing a beat here, but I think that he'll take care of us. Helen, are we doing okay? Yes? All right. Thank you. If Helen is okay with what we're doing, I guess we're on point because she's been with us for a long time. So she's our VVIP. I think a lot of you guys know Helen, but thank you, Helen. We're crushing it. Crushing it. All right. Well, I don't know if that's a good or bad. Crushing it? What does that mean?
Well, I don't know. I'm not English, am I?
I don't know. I'm not English either. I'm
Why
American.
are you asking me? Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I just, I'm here to help.
You're here to
So,
help.
yeah.
That's
so
great.
we're going with the Frenchie parent stories, if I'm correct. Am I correct, Rolly?
Well, thank you for pointing that out to me.
No
That's why I
worries.
have Vivian here. She actually does a great job of keeping all of us here in the office on point. So thank you, Vivian, for that.
You're welcome.
Yep. So, all right. So now we have another video, and this is actually going to be. Now I have a question. Does Roland have this one queued up? Yeah. All right. So I'm not going to actually have any more snafus. I'm going to let Roland cue this one up. And this is actually our parent stories. So we have a few of the parents here. Helen, if you want to wave to everybody, I know that you're part of this video. So everybody, that's Helen. She's part of this video. Debbie and Scott, I know you guys are in here as well. Do you guys have your video on? You guys are waving at everybody. Hey, Scott. And then we also have Sandy. Sandy, are you on here as well? Where are you, Sandy?
I can't see Sandy.
There you
Oh,
are.
There you are.
Hi, Sandy. Everybody say hi to Sandy. I know there's multiple screens here, but these are some of the TomKings people we had to bribe to actually do the video for us. So they were so kind enough to do it, right? Okay. Sandy says yes.
Are we starting?
All right.
with
So
the
you ready?
Sandy?
You ready to roll with that? All right. Let's roll with the Frenchie parent story.
My name is Lena. I live in the United States in Vermont, and this is my TomKings Kennel French Bulldog, Mutan.
Hi, my name is Donna Roccoforti, and I'm with Sophia Roccoforti.
Hi, my name is Sharon, and I'm Frenchie mom to this little guy, Macaroon, also known as Mac.
Hi all, I'm Kripa and this is our angel Elka.
Hi, my name is Crystal, and this is Maple.
Hey guys, my name is Jessica. This is Norman, and I don't know if you can see, but over here is Mabel. She is a creature of comfort.
Hi, I'm Maya, and this is Louie. We live in Virginia.
Hey everybody, I'm Renee. This is my little girl Fiona.
Hi, this is Helen Gordon in Durham, North Carolina, and my sidekick over here, who I woke up from a nap, is Lola. Lola, can you say hi? Yes.
I started following TomKings Kennel on Instagram probably about 3 years ago, and never thought about importing a dog until I saw another family in Vermont who had gone through the process and was very happy with their dog.
They subsequently added me to the TomKings Frenchie family, which allowed me to speak with other American French Bulldog families that got their puppies through TomKings. And so I got to ask them questions and pick their brain and ask them about the experience. And then they also all were posting as they were picking out their dogs and putting down their deposits. So I got to see all the excitement and the whole process.
That was just very helpful to have other people that had gone through the same experience, and you were able to see right away that lots of people have done this already, and that it wasn't a scam and it wasn't a joke and it wasn't being done in any sort of shady way.
They also included me in their Facebook page, which I truly appreciated because I wasn't an owner at the time, and I got to see how the parents of their fur babies interacted with each other. I got to see the actual puppies, just the quality and the care that they were given. So that was really important to me as a future adopter.
And I think I was in that group for about a year or two. And I just saw nothing but happy French Bulldog owners that had really healthy puppies. And that was one of the things that really struck me, was how healthy these dogs are compared to American bred French Bulldogs.
Before adopting Mac, I had all of the natural feelings of apprehension that one would have when buying a dog overseas. Was I actually going to get the same dog I saw online? Is this a scam? Would he be okay flying in the airplane? TomKings Kennel really put my mind at ease. They connected me immediately to the Facebook group, and they did a live video. As soon as I saw him, I knew I had to have him. This dog was mine.
I will say that I was a little nervous at first buying from overseas, but I felt more comfortable buying from TomKings Kennel than I did from when I was inquiring with local breeders here.
Was the quality okay?
All right, so the video came through okay for everybody? I was on mute there for a second,
Oh,
so
sorry.
that's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm unmuted now, I think. Can you guys hear me? Awesome. So we want to actually invite a couple of our guests that were part of the video. Sandy, Debbie, and Helen, if you guys want to unmute your computers for 1 second, because we have some questions for you. And I'm going to go through in the order that I have. I had the names written down: Sandy, Debbie, and Helen. So Sandy, I'm going to ask the question, and I'll ask you to answer the question first. And then Debbie, if you would kindly answer it. And then Helen, we saved the best for last. So if you'll actually answer the same question. But we're curious, and I think a lot of the people in the group are also curious. Where did you meet TomKings? Sandy?
Are you still on mute?
Okay, that helped. Yeah, so the video cut out halfway through, so this is probably the first time you guys have seen me. What question did you want me to answer?
Well, the question that we asked was, where did you meet TomKings? How did you actually come to find out about TomKings?
So when I decided to get a French Bulldog, I've always had larger breeds, Cane Corsos, which Jerry has actually had as well. I started researching online. The interesting thing is every article I read referenced TomKings. So I kept thinking, why am I looking for a breeder in the US when I kept running into very shady and questionable situations? And TomKings was the one that all the information was referring back to. So I knew they were reputable and knew what they were doing.
Awesome. And Debbie, the same question for you. Thank you, Sandy.
Do we not want to go with Sandy with all the questions first? I think it's easier than unmute everybody.
Sure. Let's do that.
Sorry.
Sandy, do you want to go ahead and roll through the questions? Vivian had a great suggestion there, so we're going to roll with it.
All right.
Question number 2. It's not 20 questions. It's only 3 questions, okay?
Sure.
So the second question's, what were your concerns and how did you overcome them?
So I think the concerns is the same that everyone else has had, is buying from overseas. One of the video people said it perfectly, is, am I going to get the dog that I was shown? Am I going to get a dog at all? Are they going to get my money and I'm just going to be out? Again, I went back to the fact that there was so much on the internet about TomKings. And when I reached out to TomKings, it was immediate responses. The responses were very detailed. The Facebook group was legitimate. All of that really eased my mind.
Awesome. And then the last question for you. So what tips do you have for people who are thinking about joining the TomKings family?
Do your research. You're going to find the same things I did. Join the Facebook group. That has been the most amazing part about this. Not only can I send private messages to TomKings, specifically to my dog, that I may not necessarily want to share with others, but when you start reading all of the communications on Facebook, you get to talk to a lot of different people, and you really do get prepared for what you're going to be getting into.
Good advice. Good advice. Well, thank you, Sandy. We appreciate you sharing and taking the spotlight. You did wonderful. So there was no technical glitches, so thank you.
Do you want to share anything else apart from these questions?
No, Marnie turned 1 on Sunday last week.
Hey, happy
So
birthday.
we're all happy. And she's in the middle of her season, so she's got little diapers on, which they don't like them. They're little escape artists. But no, you're not going to go wrong with Tompkins. I cannot wait to get another one. Well, I have to wait, but but I'm ready.
Anytime you're ready.
Yeah.
All right, Debbie. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And happy birthday again.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Marnie.
Thank you very much.
So Debbie, are you ready to come alive, or should we go to Helen?
I just need a wave or a name or in the chat line.
It's Debbie Nicola.
Okay. Okay. iPhone as iPhone. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, there you go. Scott, you could probably fill in, but I think that you would probably fool nobody. So.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome.
So what were the questions? I'm so sorry.
So the first question is, where did you meet, or how did you come to know about TomKings?
Scott did most of the research at first, and we were, really trying to figure out what was the best way to go. I was a little more hesitant about going to another country, and he talked me into it. He did a lot of research. We got Zoe, she'll be 2 next week. And then we got Bella, who just turned a year. I think the Facebook group is one of the most important things. It really gives you the connection to others. I know I've helped a lot of people who are getting their puppies into New York City, kind of told them what the airport experience was like. It's a great family, and it's a great group of people to talk to.
Awesome. The second question, and there's no trick questions, so. But the second question is, what were your concerns and how did you overcome them?
My main concern was, having a puppy shipped from another country, and are we really going to see this puppy? After getting Zoe, I saw that the experience did go smoothly. It was very stressful at first. But everything that they told us that was going to happen, happened, and all the promises came true. And then when we got Bella, it was a piece of cake. It went so smoothly. We decided we were going to get her, and within 2 weeks she was here. But we knew what to expect at the airport and all that kind of stuff. We did go with the broker. The broker definitely made things a lot easier. Yeah, I mean, everything that they told us to expect is what happened.
Nice. And that's true. That it's probably one of the biggest apprehensions that people have. Not only us being in Hungary, but the puppies flying. And usually we can tell the people who are really going to be good Frenchie owners are the ones that are concerned about that from the beginning, because it is a long flight. But our Frenchies travel very, very well, probably more comfortable than most humans. They get to stretch out and lay down. And if you've ever been on an airplane trying to lay down and sleep on a long international flight. So, okay. The last question was, what tips do you have for people who are thinking about joining the TomKings family?
Do your research. Make sure you're ready for a puppy. They are, they are very loving. They have a lot of energy. As much as they say that they like to sleep a lot, they do have a lot of energy. They have great personalities. Get involved with other Frenchie owners. We have Frenchie meetups, and a lot of times people come who are thinking about getting a puppy, and they just kind of want to see that we're real people and that we have real puppies. We over the summer usually have one like once a month. I know some of the people who are on here, I just saw Rex's mom put on there. He's a big boy. But we've become friends with these people, and we, exchange stories, we exchange advice. Definitely a great group of people. Couldn't recommend them any more than I already have.
Awesome. And are you in the New York, Long Island area?
Yes, we're in Long Island.
Yeah, you guys
We
just
got to meet Tom and Jerry over the summer. They came to New York to deliver a puppy, and they came to one of our Frenchie meetups. So that was a great experience as well.
Nice. Yeah, that was something special, and the delivery was special as well. But they really enjoyed being there with all you guys. And
I think, there were so many of us there.
Yeah, there was. And you guys just had another one recently as well. So that the New York. What's that?
With Santa.
With Santa?
Yeah. Seen the pictures.
Well, Debbie, thank you very much for sharing. We appreciate it. You did
Oh, you're
fantastic.
very welcome. Thanks for having us.
You bet. And now we have Helen Gordon. Helen, are you ready?
I am. Can you
No-
hear
no
me?
pressure. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, great, great, great,
Go ahead.
great. So the first, what was the first question was how did I find Tom
Yeah,
King?
where did you meet Tom
Yeah.
King? How'd you come about us?
I bumped into, so I had been doing some research and I bumped into a woman in the Whole Foods parking lot who had her dog, her Tom King dog, and she just could not say enough things about, the kennel. So I immediately went to my car and looked it up on my iPhone and started making contact. And it was probably maybe 4 months before I got Lola. I had picked out a dog, and then I told Jerry what characteristics I was looking for, and he said, "Oh, I have another dog I think you're gonna like more." So that's how I got Lola. And then 2 years later, I got Winnie. And I used the broker with Lola, and I did not use the broker with Winnie, and that was a mistake. I didn't have any major hitches, but I was just real anxious about her delivery. So I would strongly recommend the broker. What was your second question?
Second question. And to mention that just real quick to follow up, Helen, to interrupt you, sorry about the broker that we use is Claudia. Is that who you used?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was great.
We've been working with Unity Custom Brokers for many, many years. And that's one of the things that you bring up that I wanted to elaborate on for some of our would-be parents. But it's very, very important that when you're going to pick up your fur baby, there is a lot of anxiety just meeting the first time and the delivery and the schedule and being in the right place and having the paperwork done. But there's enough things to worry about that you don't need to be worrying about all the paper. And so that broker is something that can really make the whole process a lot smoother for you and take a lot of the anxiety and worries away. So it's something that we also recommend.
Somebody just asked what's the difference between using the broker and not using the broker. When you use the broker, she basically just tells you where to show up and stand. When you don't use the broker, you have to figure that out for yourself. And a man at the airport when I picked Lola up convinced me that I didn't need a broker. So the second time I didn't use Claudia, and that was a mistake because I was just anxious all day. Did she get on the flight? Will she be in on time? And Claudia handled all that. So, I would strongly recommend the broker.
Yeah. Well, thank you for elaborating on that because it is a very important point for.
Yeah.
So the second question is, go ahead, sir.
Well, it was very worth the money for the broker. It wasn't, all that much.
Yeah. So the second question is, what were your concerns and how did you overcome them?
I think my biggest concern was, would the puppy be able to tolerate the flight? And all the people at your place assured me that they would. And then I read the stories on the Facebook page, and that reassured me. And I never thought the kennel was a scam. I never, when I would write, it would just be almost instantaneous response. And, there was a time difference, but I never had anything but just very credible, excellent follow through. So, I wasn't worried about anybody being a scam artist. So I think it was just, will this dog arrive and will they be alive and, all of that. So,
the important stuff, right?
Yeah, right. Right.
Okay. The last question for you, Helen. What tips do you have for people who are thinking about joining the Tom Kings family?
Yeah, I think people should do their, just like everybody else has said, you should do your own research and come to your own conclusions. And very much like Debbie said, they are a lot of work in the beginning, you know, establishing a routine, and you really need to have the time to devote to them. Both of mine came in the Thanksgiving, Christmas window, and I'm a teacher, so I was off during that time. So that was just a perfect time for me. You know, I had almost, not quite a month, but about 3.5 weeks to spend with them, and that was real important. And I had to drive from North Carolina. I picked up my dogs at Dulles, so that was a 5-hour trip, and I would definitely encourage you, if you have to drive to pick them up, that you need to take 2 people with you. That was very helpful.
Well, what was the to elaborate on that, Helen? What was the benefit of 2 people? Is it the driving part of
Well,
it?
no, not so much the driving, but when at Dulles, when you go into the cargo area and you declare you're there to pick up the pup, and you wait until the paperwork comes over. And then because the particular flight the dog is on is later at night, there's nobody there from customs. So you have to go back over to the main terminal. And in both situations, my family member drove me back over there and just stayed on the curb with the car while I went in and got the credentials stamped, which only took about 5 minutes. And then got back in the car and drove back to cargo. And by the time I got back to cargo, the dogs had been unloaded. So it just, the logistics of it just really helped.
Okay.
Dulles is a big airport, so it helped having a second person.
Yeah. And since most of the airports that we fly into initially to go through the customs are the majors, the JFKs and the Dulles and LAX. So it probably is advisable for everybody to have a co-pilot so that you guys can yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And you know, I did exactly what you all said. I took a box cutter, I took baby wipes, a harness, a leash, some water, a little bit of food. Neither one were interested in eating, but they both drank. And then we spent the night in the Washington, D.C. area. And as soon as we got to the hotel, both dogs ate, and then they just conked out. Winnie was a lot smellier than Lola. Lola, you know, Lola was great, but Winnie had quite a bit of a stench to her. So when we got to the airport, when we got to the hotel, I gave her a bath. And I had everything for that. I was prepared. But, you know, and they slept all night. They were very tired. And the next morning they kind of rallied. And then we got in the car. It's a 5-hour drive back to North Carolina, and they both conked out then. It took them about 24 hours, I would say, before they started acting like themselves. And I had already, and I strongly recommend this, I had already booked a vet appointment. So as soon as we got home, they both went to the vet to be checked out. And I think that was real helpful. Both of the vets, I used a different vet for each one of them because I changed. And both of them said they were 2 of the prettiest Frenchies they had seen.
Awesome. Well, I guess I would have one other follow-up question and this is something that Helen had mentioned, but Debbie or even Helen, is there anything that you would say that during the pickup that, and I know you maybe have brought this to the attention before, but is there anything that that we didn't advise you of that you would recommend that somebody brings?
No, I communicated back to you all with Winnie. I guess when they overnighted in, I can't remember where they overnighted. They must have taken out the bedding, the shredded paper. So when Winnie got here, she had no paper. So she had literally just been setting in her pee and poop. Lola had a lot of paper, and Jerry told me that is not customary for them to remove that shredded paper. So no, there wasn't anything. I think, you know, you need to have a leash and you need to have a harness. I have a collar on both of mine, but it's basically just to hold their tags. I use harnesses. I don't use collars to lead them around.
Okay.
But no, I was very well prepared.
Good. Well, thank you, Helen. We appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
Debbie, did you have anything that you might wanted to add there, or
Think they had to log off.
no?
Scott,
Or sorry, Sandy.
not sure.
Sandy, did you have anything else that you wanted to add? Sandy McCullough.
Yeah, I kind of reiterate what Claudia said, because when I picked up Marnie in Chicago, there was another Tompkins puppy on the same flight. Marnie came out nice, sweet smelling, the other dog a little less so. But that owner lived 30 minutes from the airport, and they didn't bring a leash and collar, thinking, well, we're almost home. Well, the dog had been in the kennel, for such a long
They need to walk.
They really needed that. So I actually had a couple, because I wasn't sure what would fit Marnie. So I shared mine with them so they could let the puppy walk a little bit. But I don't care, how close you are to your home, you're gonna take them out of the kennel the minute you get there. You're not gonna take it home and so have everything you need. Anything that you would take when you're taking any dog somewhere, make sure you've got it here.
And anything that I had asked Helen, is there anything that we didn't advise you of, or anything that you think that would be something that we could add to it, or were we?
No, I was very, very well prepared both times.
Okay.
Very well prepared. And the other thing I did that really helped my anxiety is I downloaded an app that I could track their flights, because you all sent the flight numbers. And that really helped me know that they were arriving on time.
Yeah.
It's actually a good idea.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that people don't realize, or at least I've helped a couple of the new people get past their anxieties of the pickup since I started, is realizing that the puppies do have a layover prior to their last leg. And that layover, depending on where they lay over, it's different. I talked to one girl who received a little pamphlet of exactly what their puppy did while they were on their layover. They walked here, they did this. I didn't get that, but
I didn't either.
Just keeping in mind that your puppy is going to have a layover. So that was a little more anxiety ridden, because I didn't know during that layover, which was a considerable amount of time, understanding what will happen with my puppy during that layover. So I think that's a little bit of information that a new owner would like to know. Is your layover is 8 hours, here's what happens to your dog during that 8-hour time. So that would be my suggestion.
Okay. Natalie, we'll love the Facebook group, so we'll talk to you soon. We know you have to go, but that was a sidebar. Sorry, Sandy and Helen. But yeah, so thank you for sharing. I think that Debbie, Sandy, one of the things that you mentioned was the flight tracker information. So having maybe an app suggestion for new owners was a great idea. So maybe that's something we'll look at adding into our list of a recommended flight tracker app. I know there's a few of them out there, but I'm sure that we could recommend one or two. It would be a great idea. And then also making sure, again, with the having the extra leash, or you had the leash and the harness, so that was important as well.
I'm just smiling on the Frenchies, how they behave in the videos, or actually don't behave.
Yeah.
They're really cute.
Like I said, I should have had a treat here to holding so that the Frenchies would actually pay more attention. I don't know if a pretzel would work. Anybody want a pretzel?
This one is asleep.
It's nap time here.
Yeah, it's nap time.
We're snoring.
Well, thank you very much for all of you.
Yep. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you, Helen, Sandy, and Debbie. Thank you, everyone. All right. So now we're going to get on to, we're going to try to move it along here. I think that time-wise, we're probably pushing on time. How are we doing, Roland? Are we doing okay on time, or? Yeah. Okay.
Good.
All right. So I can talk faster? You want me to talk faster? I can talk faster. All right. No, we're not on an auction. That's all right. All right, so we're going to do, we have a couple questions that some of the people had sent in to us, and we thought that some of these questions were good questions to bring up with everybody. and some of the answers to talk about, because there are some things that are common questions that we get. So we have, what do we have? 5 or 6, maybe 7 questions. Yeah. So we have 7 questions, and I know that some of this might be a reiteration of what you already know, but we will. That's the full video right there.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. So let me actually change the view here real quick, but let's just go through and answer some of these questions that some of our participants had asked. And these are asked ahead of time so that we could actually make sure that we had time to get to them. So the first one is, the question was, is coconut oil good for Frenchies? So to help with skin and coat issues.
You want me to change it?
Yeah,
The view?
please. Yeah. I've seen myself so big. There you go. Much better. All right, so the question was, is coconut oil good for Frenchies? So to help with the skin coat and issues. So I don't know who actually had submitted this question, but the answer to the question is yes. Coconut oil is good for Frenchies. It also helps with their immune system and their digestive system, but it's mainly used to help with the skin coat. So a tiny amount goes a long way. So really you only need to use a little bit, not very much, but it is something that is very, very good for their skin and their coat. All right. Yeah, go ahead, Helen. You have a question? Let's get you unmuted here real quick. Give us a second, Helen.
Who should be unmute? Sorry.
I use coconut oil on their nose when it gets crusty.
Yeah.
And it really helps.
Okay, good.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. So the second question that our TomKings.
Oh, we have a question. Do you feed the coconut oil to them? No.
No. It's mainly used on the outside for their coat.
Yep.
All right. And I see Valerie, you say that you use it. He loves it, so that's good. Excuse me. So the second question that we have, what's the best way to deal with separation anxiety with your Frenchie? So I know that this is something that probably a lot of you Frenchie owners have dealt with or have to deal with. So what is the best way to deal? So the best way to do it, to say it lightly, verbal punishment will not work. And that's something that we don't ever encourage. Obviously, with the way that you treat your Frenchies, you want to treat them like your children, and you want to make sure that you're not getting too upset with them. But with the new puppy, follow the principle of gradation. I thought it was graduation. It's gradation. So you basically want to do things gradually, right? So first you want to leave for 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes, and then work your way up so that you're leaving over the course of time, gradually up to an hour. The best tip is that if you have time to go for a walk or to play for at least 20 or 30 minutes a day with your baby, but exhausting your Frenchie actually works very well. So getting them out to exercise and walking is a great way. If you know you're going to be leaving the house, get them out to get that energy out of them first. They've also get some time to spend with you. So they're going to spend much more better time and quality time being at home, knowing that they've already had their exercise, they've already had their potty break, and then you're getting ready to leave. So that's a good question. So let's go on to the next one. Vivian, do you want to do number 3?
No.
No? All right.
It's your
Thank
part.
you.
My part is after this.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. See, no pressure.
I'm just here to help.
Oh, really? Okay, she's just here for moral support. So,
Yeah.
all right. So the third question that you guys had asked is, how do I know when me and my Frenchie are ready for a second puppy? So we've had some instances, and some of them are recent, but we've had some instances lately where people have decided to adopt 2 or 3 Frenchies at the same time. And we always say that Frenchies travel great in pairs. I know that Helen and Debbie had mentioned that, or Sandy had mentioned, no, Helen. Yeah,
Helen
had mentioned that other Frenchies were traveling together. But getting Frenchies is a lot of work. And we know that a lot of times that getting a second one at the same time or even a third one at the same time is going to be very, very challenging. But in our experience, older Frenchies bond really quickly with the new puppies. So if you have a Frenchie in the house and your Frenchie has actually bonded, Frenchies love the companies of other dogs. So it has a lot of benefits to getting the second Frenchie. For example, if you get a second Frenchie, they're less likely to have separation anxiety, for instance. So you don't feel so bad for leaving them at home because they have a playmate, they have somebody to play with. And it's also a good idea if the older pup has gotten a little lazy. We know that as a puppy, maybe 3 or 4 years old, starts to lounge around the house and get really comfortable. They need that extra stimulation to have somebody to play with and have somebody to socialize with. So when an active younger pup comes into the house, the older pup becomes more active and it kind of joins into the fun. So it's also good for their health. So if you've been considering getting a second puppy or a third puppy, Helen, but it's a telltale sign that if in fact you're ready for another Frenchie, don't worry about getting the second one or about your Frenchie getting jealous. What we find is that the second one or the third one, adding it in is always a great idea. And usually they bond really well and get along really well together. Okay, so that was a good question.
Yeah.
All right, so
Can
we
I
have
add something to that?
Sure.
So one of the participants that I helped get over her panic of picking up her Frenchie at the airport ended up with a situation where she had brought the first TomKins Frenchie into her family where she had an older dog, and they bonded very quickly. The older dog died suddenly from natural causes, but nothing that they had anticipated. And she struggled with, do we get another one right now? They were bonded. My new TomKins is only 8 months old. She did end up getting that other puppy. She was hoping to be on today and was going to share this, but she ended up with Christmas. That second puppy came in and they are inseparable. She said the bond was instant, that she never realized how close Frenchies are to each other. So all that fear and anxiety of bringing another one in and bringing another one in after the loss of one was amazing. She said TomKins walked her through the personality traits that would work well in that situation and helped her pick the absolute perfect dog.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And it's something to elaborate on that. A lot of times we get asked the question, is it better to have a male and female, or if you have a male to bring in another male, or if you have a female, vice versa. But one of the things that we always talk about is personalities. Frenchies aren't known for being super dominant. So either it's a male or a female, but usually a male and a female is going to balance out well, kind of the yin and the yang. But when you actually have two males, a lot of times we find with two males, they get along perfect together. Again, if they're older and younger, the older puppy is always going to look down at the younger puppy as the baby of the family.
Yeah.
And the older one is going to look at the younger one's going to look at the older one and learn from it. So whether it's a male and female together or two males, I think it's really important to kind of bond with their personalities. Sometimes it could be their playfulness. Sometimes it could be. So even though most people are going to say male and female is kind of the golden rule, we think that it's okay sometimes for two males, two females. And I think it really just depends on the puppies. But as we've noted, Frenchies bond really well together. So
and again, it's being prepared.
Yeah.
For the second or third puppy's arrival. It's very, very important that obviously it's a long procedure. You have to be there and make sure that this bonding is going in the right direction. But other than that, there's nothing bad about it.
Yep, good point. Yep. All right. So question number 4. Can I get first of all, I'm going to ask the question or read the question and then answer it, but can I get a show of thumbs if you think your Frenchie is stubborn? Is your Frenchie stubborn? Helen, you got to do 2 thumbs. You got 2 Frenchies, so they're both stubborn, or one is kind of stubborn. Yeah. Yeah, we find that Frenchies are a little bit stubborn, but in a good way, right? So the question is that what to do about my Frenchie stubbornness when it comes to walking on a leash? All
Good
right.
question.
So that's the question. So for puppies, it's completely normal to test their limits and to be stubborn when it's walkie time. So when they're getting ready to go for a walk, it's important to let them know when they're behaving well. And also to stop walking when your puppy starts pulling on the leash. That's a lot of times when they first get started and walking on a leash that the pulling, you want to get them to walk with you and not pull. Even though they can lead, they shouldn't be extending the leash too much. So give them also a lot of verbal praise. You always want to do positive reinforcement. Obviously, negative reinforcement has to be done as well, but you can still do reinforcement in a positive way, even when you have to do something corrective. And obviously, the puppies will vibe off of. The puppies will actually vibe off of how you're acting as well. So when you're patient with them, they're going to be much more open to learning and listening. So being patient as the puppy is being stubborn. So every time he or she tries to walk in front of you, just stop and don't start walking again until the leash pulling stops. We know that it can be challenging, but as you walk with your Frenchie and they get used to what your expectations are, they'll start to adjust accordingly. So yeah, that's for walking a Frenchie on a leash. Do you guys usually walk the Frenchie on a leash, or do you guys have places where you can actually let your Frenchies out and run? So you can put it in the chat if you want to, but also we know that going to both, yeah.
Both. Mm-hmm.
So let's get to the next question. I think I'm doing okay on time.
You're doing great, Jason.
I'm doing great?
Honestly.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Well done.
All right. So the question number 5 was, how many of your puppies have become service therapy dogs? And do you do temperament tests before the puppy gets to the new family, or does the family do it once the puppy arrives? So Frenchies in general are great support dogs. They're great for emotional support. They're loving, they're devoted. They're intelligent, they're adaptable, they're easygoing. So official therapy dogs need to be calm, which Frenchies can be, which can be approved within training, but the pup's personality is very, very important when they're service dogs. So we don't do temperament test that's required for therapy dogs. So the puppy's personalities will always change as they grow. Here in Hungary, therapy dog candidates usually take their temperament test when they're at least 1 year old. So we do not have a concrete number, but a TomKings Frenchie called Rex provides anti-anxiety services to students before their final exams. And we also know of multiple TomKings puppies that are emotional support pups.
Yep. So
I think that anybody who suffers from anxiety or depression can tell that Frenchies are little snuggle bugs. They have a lot of love to give, and they always want to be with their owners. So we know that even for people who don't suffer from emotional, that
still great.
Yeah, they are. So that was another good question. So we have a couple more questions here to go. So the next question is it safe for your puppies to fly? So we're going to consider this that it's separate. Obviously, we think it's safe for them to fly in general because that's how everybody gets your pet or your puppy. But since we consider them as our children, the way that we deliver the puppies, we always deliver them by experts in pet shipping. So we don't just send them with anybody. We want to make sure that they're watched over during the flight. And it's also important to know that airlines have special places for pets. So they're not going to be put in with the cargo, and they're not going to have luggage stacked on top of them. It's a temperature controlled and pressurized, just like the cabin. So they do travel pretty comfortably. So we always try to make sure that our puppies' journeys to their forever homes are safe and pleasant. The other thing is that extra food is always taped on the inside of the crate. So they have their food, they have their water. But pups need to be taken to the vet just before shipping to get a shipping health certificate. Yeah. So that's making sure that they're ready to travel, and a guarantee of a healthy puppy traveling and arriving. But it is something that we had mentioned before, and I know that Helen had brought it up when she had mentioned about them traveling. There are things that can happen, but the puppies do actually travel pretty comfortably. They're able to lay down, they're able to sleep. We don't do any sedating or anything like that, but they just kind of chill out and rest and
Mostly sleep.
Mostly sleep. So, all right. So last question. Last question. One more or two more? It is the last one.
Is it?
I think it is the last one.
Okay then.
Thank goodness.
Okay. This is how you want it then. Okay.
Did you want to do the last question, Vivian?
Oh no, I'm fine.
No,
I'm
you're
fine.
okay. All right. Great. All right. So I'm afraid to buy a puppy from overseas without seeing it in person. Should I not go with TomKings? What kind of question is this?
No.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
All right. So I'm afraid to buy a puppy from overseas without seeing it in person. Should I not go with TomKings?
Because it's a silly question. That's fine.
It is kind of a silly question. Of course, you're going to go with TomKings, but it is something that comes up a lot because a lot of people are used to walking into some place where they can actually see and spend time with their puppy. And we know that this is something that a lot of people have concerns with, but it's a concern for a lot of Frenchie parents. But fortunately, everyone is happy with their puppy. And what we find, especially now in the world of video age, with being able to do video calls really make your decision to find the puppy of your dreams very easy. Not only are you able to see the puppy, but you're actually able to interact with the puppy. The puppy can see you, you can see the puppy can hear you. So there is a time for you to actually get together with the puppy before you adopt, or even after you adopt. If you want to have a video call with the puppy is great. But Tom and the Frenchie nannies are usually super busy, but we always find an appointment that works. It's usually a 3-way video call, but we always find an appointment that works for us and you guys as well. So we get to ask questions about the shipping or the raising. Yeah, I think the last part of that. The other thing too is that as we're actually doing the video call, it's hopefully after you guys have done a lot of research, as you spend 10, 15, 20 minutes with the puppy, hopefully all the other questions will be as a sidebar that you've already asked. But it is an important question. It is something that is very important. If you guys want to meet your Frenchie, we're happy to coordinate that with you. And I know some of you probably have done video calls with your Frenchie before you got them, and some of you hadn't.
We just have some comments here as well. The FaceTime was helpful. TomKings is the best. Thank you very much. I was actually more comfortable getting my puppy from TomKings than from a local breeder. I would never get another puppy from anyone else.
You guys are so kind.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really great that you feel this way.
Yeah. No, and that's one of the things that really makes all of us proud here to work at TomKings and to be able to bring furry friends in everybody's lives, is that the way that we do things and the way that we try to extend our family to yours, there's a lot of thought and care that Gary and Tom have done over the last 10 or 12 years to ensure that every step along the way, that your concerns are our concerns, and the way that we actually can help you guys out in any way. We're always open for constructive criticism so that we can learn and we can grow. But it is something that is very, very important to us, that we have actually happy Frenchies and happy Frenchie parents. So, all right. So does everybody need a 2-minute break to stretch?
Do you?
Bathroom break, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay. We're going to take a 2-minute break, guys. All right.
And then we're showing the puppies.
Yep. Oh,
yes.
We're going to show the puppies. Are they real puppies?
If they're still awake.
Okay. If you guys stay awake, we're going to show you some puppies. You guys have showed us your puppies. Now we get to show you ours. So, but let's take a 2-minute break. Everybody get up and do a little stretch. Grab a glass of water, glass of vino. Whatever you're doing, whatever time it is Saturday, right?
It is?
It is?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, we work so much, we don't even know what day of the week it is. All right, so we'll be back here in 2 minutes, okay?
Less than 2.
Yeah, a minute and a half now. Go. All right, to encourage everybody to get back to the camera as soon as possible, but we do have our Frenchies on standby. We have 3 stars this evening that we're going to share with you, but
There they are.
1 more minute. So there we go. Oh, look at Amity. Oh, look at those ears.
She's sleepy, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting late.
There's Blaine. All right, everybody. So let's get this rolling again. We're going to introduce you to our puppies. So we have 3 puppies that we're introducing you to here. The first one is Amity. This is Amity. Hello, sweetie. Aw. We got to meet them the other day. Amity is super cute, but she is a female and she is a black merle and tan. One of the things that we don't see very often is the black merles. A lot of times they're lilac and tan, blue and tan, but black and tan is a very special color, and she's super, super adorable and very sweet and available for adoption.
They actually came to visit us, like Jason mentioned a few days ago, and we were doing Secret Santa, so we could play with them a little bit.
So the next Frenchie, so that is Amity. Who do we have here? Oh, that looks like Bernice.
Yep.
Hi, Bernice. Hello, sweetie. Oh, I think Blaine wants the attention. Yeah. Bernice is running away. Hello, Blaine. Hello.
She's
all right,
always innocent.
Yeah, let's talk to Blaine first if you want. Bernice seems like she's being a little bit. Oh, hi, Bernice. All right, so we have 2 other ones here. So the one that's front and center, there's Bernice in the middle, and we have Blaine to the right on the camera. But Bernice is a fawn merle. So if you notice, she has a fawn color. You can see a little bit in the back of her hind. She has a little bit of merle coming through. It's almost cryptic in the way that it looks, but oh, Blaine wants all the attention. All right, so there's Blaine. The last one, oh, there comes Bernice. There you go.
Yeah, Blaine is lilac and tan.
Yep, so Blaine is the last one there. Blaine is lilac and tan. So, Avi, thank you for keeping the Frenchies up all night. We appreciate you being here with us and bringing us the live Frenchies.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, should we go with the rest?
We can go with the rest.
Please, yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions about any of the puppies there?
Yeah, raise a hand if you have a question. If not, then we go with the
Yeah,
rest.
if you have any questions, you guys can put them in the chat there. Again, if we can't get to your question right now, we can get back to it. All right. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do a couple breakout rooms. Yeah, I think so. Do the puppy showcase.
Yes, it's the breakout room. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go into a room.
All right, so we're going to do a couple breakout rooms. We're going to do a couple questions, but for everybody who identified themselves as a Frenchie parent, a TomKings Frenchie parent, if you guys want to
stay with you.
Okay, you guys are going to stay with me. So all the TomKings Frenchie parents, you guys are going to stay here. Now, you guys don't have to get up and actually go into a separate room. It's this really cool thing on Zoom that Roland's going to help us with. But everybody who is actually thinking about adopting a Frenchie, you guys are going to be invited into a separate room. And in there, Vivian is going to be there. Vivian's going to be there to answer your questions, to give you some information about maybe becoming a Frenchie parent for the first time. But we'll have a couple different rooms set up. So let's spend the next couple minutes. Roland, you think a couple minutes is enough?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and break everybody out into the rooms.
Yeah, actually, we have one room that is the TomKings adoption questions. So if you guys are interested in, if you have any questions about the TomKings adoption process, you should just click on your screen. You can see a join button right now. And you can join this breakout room. And if you are already a TomKings parent, then you can stay in the main lobby. Can you guys just tell me if you can see the button on your screen about joining the room?
Did it actually come up for anyone? Because I cannot see that.
So if you guys see the button, give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, you have to click on more, I think. More, and then go on breakout rooms.
But it's also okay if you guys just in the chat just write I'm interested, or just put a B. I can see that and I can put you into the room. Okay, just in the chat type room and I can. Thank you, Michelle.
Right, I'm actually going into separate room.
Okay. Jason, what are you drinking? Is it a Mountain Dew? Oh, yeah. We don't see that in Europe here very often, so. I know. Coffee seems to make up the caffeine deficiency, so little extra caffeine there. So we're going to wait a few minutes until everybody gets out. We appreciate everybody's patience. Are you guys enjoying this? Are you guys having some fun? Charlotte? Okay, there's a smile. I was waiting for you to smile. What about you, Kim? Yay. Amanda? Are you having fun? Awesome. Michael's got a smile, so he's having fun. Michael, you got some other people in the house there with you as well. Is that your mom and dad? Yeah. Welcome to Hungary, guys. This is your European family Christmas vacation. So we're going to see if we're ready to kind of roll with our part of it. Tell me when you're ready, Roland.
Yeah, actually, everybody joined the rooms. So if you guys want to ask questions and as TomKings parents, you can do that right now in the chat. have a little conversation with us, because this is the room for the TomKings parents, and everybody who has questions regarding the adoption process can just type room into the chat, and I can put you into the breakout room.
Okay. So Jason, so one of the questions, Kathy, are you in here with us? Where's Kathy at? I don't know if she went into the other one or Kathy. There you are. I see you over here. I had to switch my screen. So I'm
here.
I'm going to start with you because you asked. I have some questions here that I was going to go through, but I think that you asked a great question in the sidebar there, and so I want to go ahead and address it now. It says, "Have you all started direct texting owners?" It said, "I received a text in August, but was uncomfortable answering it." So let me ask you the first question. The text that you received, we use a few different platforms. Excuse me. So we use iMessage, we use WhatsApp, and then we use regular SMS message. So Kathy, first text message that you got, how did you receive the text message?
I got an SMS, like direct, and that's like everything else has been through the other means. So it was like the name sounded familiar, and it was Dan, but there was nothing that identified the number as TomKings. So, you get a lot of weird stuff through SMS now. So I just kind of let it go. And he was asking how Emmett was. So, I mean, he knew, but then everybody knows your business now. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, so you didn't answer that one?
I did not answer that one. But I didn't get any follow-ups from other means, so that made me more suspicious. That's all.
Sometimes it's interesting because when and I know that some of you have probably experienced this, but when we call you on the phone, we use a voice over IP service. And so that first phone call comes through as usually a New York number.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get a phone call from us and we'll reach out to you, and maybe it's in the initial stage, but you'll think that we're maybe in the States or we're in New York.
Yeah.
And then if we followed up with another platform like a WhatsApp or a text message, it's going to show up with a +36 country code.
Right.
So it throws people off. Like, wait a second, you just replied to me from a New York, or called me from a New York number, and now you're pinging me on WhatsApp or on iMessage from a Hungarian. Right. So does anybody have anything to say about maybe the first time that you realized? I know a lot of people, if you didn't do really good research or didn't look in the right place, maybe you didn't realize at the very beginning that we were in Hungary. Does anybody want to talk about maybe an epiphany of learning that we were in Hungary and how you felt about learning that we weren't in the States? If you want to touch on that, does anybody want to talk about that? Maybe had that experience? Just raise your hand and we'll unmute you. And Jason, you want to talk to that?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, it was funny. I had followed TomKings forever on Instagram, and I always said if I got a Frenchie, I was going to get one from you guys. And same thing, just what you said. I got my first phone call, and it came from New York. And as we were talking, I said, "Hungry?" I had no idea. And but it wasn't a big deal. I mean, because by that point, by the time we had decided to pull the trigger, we already had followed you so long. And I don't remember who I originally talked to, but who when I originally talked to, they put me in touch with somebody that was fairly close to me for a reference, and she was just bragging and couldn't brag enough. Actually, it was Tony. When I first had my first conversation, and we got on WhatsApp and looked at the puppies. I mean, it was a great experience. But yeah, forever I did think it was New York. I don't know where I got that in my head, but
yeah, no, it does come up a lot, and it's one of those things that it throws people off. And sometimes you just hear them go silent and be like you said, Jason, it's Hungary. What? So, But yeah,
So
and
we play that song Budapest for Daisy all the time now to make her feel like she's at home.
Aw, nice, nice. And where are you at, Jason? What part of the country are you in?
Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay, all right. Like the fireplace going in the background.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sort of cool winter day here.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for sharing, Jason. Does anybody else have kind of the same experience or wanted to elaborate on anything that Jason said, or just raise your hand if you want to be a participant in our group? Death Star? Nothing?
Death Star.
All right, guys. So I think that was a great question. And I think one of the things that we often talk about is that maybe some of you guys could follow up with this as a question, but
Jason, sorry. Just Amber raised her hand. Yeah.
Hi. No, I was just saying the same thing that gentleman before said is we followed you guys on Facebook for almost 2 years probably before we decided to get a puppy. So the things that made us nervous, we saw so many comments from other parents and the pictures from other parents. And so I think that was what made us feel comfortable. I knew where you were located, but seeing all of the positive references and feedback from all the other people that had purchased puppies over a period of time, like not just in the last 6 months. There were people on there that had their puppies for 5 years. So that's really what made me feel more comfortable.
Cool. Nice. And Valerie, your daughter has a friend from Hungary. Aw. All right, so let's talk about a few of the things here. Does anybody want to actually talk about how having a Frenchie in your life has kind of changed your life, or has brought something to you that you didn't know that you were missing? But does anybody want to share a story about how their Frenchie has contributed to their life? Going once. Do we have any takers? There you go, Jason. Don't be shy, guys. Come on. If I can be here doing this, you guys can all be doing this as well. I know sometimes getting on camera and actually talking is a little bit you have to be apprehensive. But Jason, you want to go ahead and take this one?
I was just going to say, yeah, my wife and I thought when we got our kids raised that we wouldn't have anybody in the bed with us anymore. And since Daisy came home now, we've had a constant bed companion since then.
Nice. Anybody else? Michael?
Hi.
Hi.
This is Chanel. You can kind of see her. She's just sleeping. I was just going to share how my experience with her started. I had always wanted a Frenchie, and I've been in the pet industry for a long time. But prior to getting her, my soul dog, a miniature pinscher, she was very sick. And long story short, she was sick for a while and we lost her about 2 years, well, just over 2 years ago. And shortly after that, I was like, we have 2 big dogs. We have a Doberman and a Pity Mastiff mix as well. And we just felt like the house was a little quieter without having little bossy dog around. And we knew how comical Frenchies are and how loving they are. And so we decided to add Chanel at that time. So even though it was really soon after we lost Chloe, we were excited to add Chanel. And she has brought so much joy to our family, and sorry, cat. And just really helped me heal, because it was very hard on me losing my other dog. And she's just been so much fun, and we really love having her and can't wait to either breed her, we have breeding rights, or just get another Frenchie from you guys. And we couldn't be any happier with her. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And our condolences. We know that losing a dog, no matter the conditions, it's always they're like children. You know, it's one of those things that they become part of the family. And so there's always that process that you go through of grieving, and there's a process that you go through of healing. But one of the things that's important, and I think that you had brought it up, everybody has to find the right time. So Charlotte, you found the right time was a little bit quicker. Some people take a little bit longer, but sometimes you notice that there's that void that needs to be filled. And it can be just the energy in the house. It can be the puppy love. It can be the walks and the routine that you have. But it's important that as you go through that process, everybody works through it at different phases. But it's important to go through it and actually, you know, what is right for you to be able to bring another puppy into the house. But thank you for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Valeria.
Yes, hi. I just want to say I've always had dogs my whole life, like multiple 2 to 4 dogs at any time, but big dogs. I was always a Rottie person, Shepherd, Golden. And as I got a little older, I thought it might be easier to get a smaller dog. So 2 years, I looked for just the right dog. And then I settled on Frenchie, and I could not find a breeder that I trusted or liked or whatever. And somehow I kept seeing in searches Tom King. And so I went with it. Obviously, it was the best decision I ever made. I can't say enough great things about the dog and your, you know, facility. But now that he's a service dog and I take him to hospitals, schools, I'm a PhD research scientist. I'm doing research with him now. And it's just changed my life in so many ways. He's like the best dog ever. And I think it is the breed. They're like little people. They have these like amazing personalities. They just want to be part of the pack. I think more so than some other breeds. But anyway, they just you can just do as much or as little. You could just sit on a couch with them, or you could just, you know, get on a plane and, you know, go around the world. Like, I think they're just the best dogs. And I got a really large one. He's 42 pounds. He's not fat. He's very, very tall. But he's definitely a keeper. I would totally get another one when the time comes.
Good. Well, thank you for sharing. So I'm curious on that. You had mentioned that you're now doing research. What type of research are you doing with your Frenchie?
So I take him usually to see patients, inpatients in critical care settings in hospitals and in behavioral health. However, over the past year, I've been getting a lot of calls to bring him to visit the nurses and the staff, especially when they have traumatic events in the ER, patients dying, whatever it is that they've gone through. They say, we really need him to see the nurses, not so much the patients sometimes. So I'm now researching with just visiting the nurses in critical areas and how, you know, what their experience is that after. I can tell you, I've gotten calls at 2 a.m. Can you please come in? We had some trauma and our nurses are falling apart. And I literally will get in the car and bring them there. And after doing it for almost a year, I realized this has to be documented because this is like important stuff, you know?
Nice.
Yeah, great.
That's amazing. And I think that's a great area, because that's probably one of the things that doesn't get talked about or dealt with enough, is that obviously there's the patient side of it, but there's the doctor and nurse side of it. That's something that's a lot of stuff that they have to deal with. So, well, thank you for your research. Thank you for your sharing. And maybe if you at some point, we'd love to see your research papers and kind of be able to share that with some of our other.
Oh, absolutely. Once the manuscript is written, you're going to be the first one to get it.
Well, we have some nice stories, but I want to share just a few things, health and food related. And a lot of you guys have known this, but I want to just run through it real quick. We have a couple more minutes before the breakout rooms, before we're done here.
Yeah, so and just one second, sorry, Jason. I think SM Smith, you raised your hand, right? No, I'm sorry, SM Smith. I don't know if you wanted to ask a question. I just wanted to share a story.
Please.
Yeah. So I've always wanted a French bulldog, and this is Boji. Miss Boji. And I got her for Christmas last year. I got her and my aunt Jenny actually got her for me. Boji flew from Hungary to San Francisco, and then a couple hours later from San Francisco to Minnesota.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you love your Frenchie? Is this something that do you take her for walks, or do you have your dad help you?
Yeah, I bought all of her supplies and I take care of her and walk her and everything.
Nice. I bet your friends are jealous, aren't they?
Yeah, they were shocked when I got one.
That's awesome. Plus, you get to brag that it's a TomKings Frenchie. It's not just a Frenchie, but it's a TomKings Frenchie.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Which part of Minnesota are you in?
Like Excelsior, Chanhassen, Minneapolis area.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
I thought maybe you're in the northern part up by like Duluth. You know what?
My mom lives there though.
Okay. You know what they call northern Minnesota?
No.
Southern Canada.
Um,
It was a joke. All right, guys. All right. So we can run through a few of these things. We have a few minutes left. Does anybody else have anything else that they want to share? No? Malcolm, are you waking up over there? Are you okay? All
Listen,
right.
I'm ending the breakout room in like 2 minutes, okay?
All right, 2 minutes, guys. So I'm going to run through just a few things that we talk about. A lot of this is shared with you guys already, and that's something that you guys might know. But the food that we recommend, there's really about 4 of them that we recommend, and everybody kind of finds their own formulas for each one of their Frenchies. And sometimes it's different for each one of them if you have more than one. But Akina, Hills Food, Royal Canine, and Farmer's Dog. Those are the 4 that we recommend. And then there's also the barf diet, which is more of like the raw food, right? So that's how we recommend with the food. When we talk about treats for Frenchies, we talk about maybe premium dog treats, but we also really like the healthy options of carrots and cucumbers, and also blueberries. Blueberries are a great treat. And one of the things that you can do with some of them is freeze them or put them in the refrigerator. So like on a hot day, getting something that's a little bit cold, like a cold cucumber or a frozen blueberry, it's a great, great treat. Somebody had asked this earlier, and it was a wrinkle cleaning. And I don't know if you guys had, I see Vivian is walking this way. So
I'm coming.
Uh-oh, her breakout room is done. Everybody else is back. So wrinkle cleaning, cleaning the wrinkles regularly with boric acid. And then eye wash to keep them clean. So that's what the wrinkle cleaning. So grooming, we talked about that. How often do you groom them? Once every week. And don't bathe them too often. So use natural shampoo. And you don't always have to use shampoo when you're cleaning them. The grooming for paw hair, you really don't have to unless they're even on the fluffies, but you really don't have to do any grooming whatsoever with cutting the hair. Cleaning the ears, we talked about they're just kind of like a human ear. So therefore you kind of want to clean them the same way. Use an ear swab with wipes. And then clean them every week, every couple days. Usually it's, if you're doing a grooming once a week where you're actually giving them a bath, that's a great time to do it at the same time. If you see light yellow colored earwax, your dog probably needs an antibiotic. So if you get anything like that's, instead of like the usual dark brown, if you get like a thick wax or a yellow colored fluid, make sure you take them to the vet and try to get some antibiotic ear drops. And I think that was it. I'm not going to do that one.
You done?
I'm done.
Oh.
Almost, I think. Hey,
wow, good time.
We did the puppy showcase, right?
Yes, before that, yeah.
Oh, we've already done the puppy showcase. All right.
Yeah.
So guys,
What comes next?
We're almost done.
Are we? What comes next?
I don't know. What comes next, guys?
Okay, it's
all right. We're almost there, right?
Yeah, announcements, special offers.
So how did your breakout room go?
Oh, it was nice.
Yeah?
It was good. Yeah.
Good people?
Good questions.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, welcome back, everybody.
At the end, we would like to ask everybody to hold the Frenchies up.
Okay.
In the video, and we'll take a picture.
Oh, nice.
Okay, but
Very
that's
nice.
for the end.
That's the very end.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think that we want to talk about for the people. Did you already talk about the special offers for the
No,
people in the
not yet.
breakout room?
No. That's for the ending.
That's
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we have the happy ending. So what we're going to do is that this is actually not only for our new parents, for people who are thinking about adopting. But if you have your first or second and you want to get your third or your fourth Frenchie, what we're going to do for the people and the participants that were here for the video call, drum roll please. All right, so we're going to do a very special offer, and this is something that a lot of times when we do our pricing, Tom and Gary are always very conscious about how we do it. We're very thankful that we're here in Eastern Europe because we can do a lot of things that a lot of other breeders can't do. And we do it much more cost effective. But what we're going to do over here for the next, what do you say, until like the 15th of December?
Yes.
All right.
It's a Christmas present.
So for the next week, what we're going to do, if any of you guys decide to get your first Frenchie or your second
or third
or fourth,
could be.
Okay. But if any of you guys decide to get a Frenchie here over the next week, we're going to actually extend an extra 10% off. All right. So that 10% actually can add up to quite a bit. It helps cover some of the other costs that might be associated with the travel. But we're going to do 10% off. And I'm going to make an executive decision. All right.
Okay.
I didn't tell Gary this, but I'm going to actually do this. If you guys actually buy a puppy over the next week, we're also going to include the TomKings Origin Certificate. All right. That is actually, does anybody have a TomKings Origin Certificate? Yeah. So we're going to actually include that as well. That's a $300 value. Yep. So that's a great way to actually not only certify your puppy as a TomKings, but it has a nice picture of the puppy with a name. But again, we're going to actually extend that as well. Free of charge?
It is.
Free of charge. Vivian said. See, Gary, he was Vivian.
Decision made.
Yep, decision made. All right, so we closing remarks. This is the end. My only friend, the end. All right, guys. So we've come
We
to
don't want to show. Oh, hang on.
Hang on.
We have the available puppies, and we have to show the how to send the inquiry
we
to us.
do. We do. Two
How
things,
do people
guys.
get in touch with us and book a call? Jason,
That's a
come
great
on.
question. How do you guys get in touch with us and book a call? Very, Gary, very good points. All right, so let's actually talk about that real quick.
Rolly, are you going to share the screen, or should we go with that? Yeah, that's there, right there.
All right. So as you guys know, our website is full of useful information. All right. We always have information on there, even if you're not a TomKings owners, but there's tons of information on our blog posts and our info. But one of the pages that we love the most is our available puppies. All right. So when you take a look at the available puppies, this is updated all the time. But here you can always see.
And you can find the 3 puppies that we showed live.
Yep. The 3 puppies are here, actually.
Yep.
It was Amity, Bernice, and Blaine. So that's where you can actually find more information about our puppies. So when you click on the button for more information, let's take a look at Evelyn there. So Evelyn is actually going to have her pictures and videos. The nice thing here also is that you get to see the parents. And then you can also see down at the bottom the videos. Talks about the parents as well. Oh,
They were a lot smaller, right?
yeah, they are. And then you also get to see mom and dad.
And if you scroll down to the bottom, that's where the, yep.
So there you go. So this is actually the inquiry form. So this is a great way to get in touch with us. You guys can actually pick how you want to be reached out to. You can say FaceTime, WhatsApp, or iMessage, but putting in your name, your number, a little bit of message. So the promo code that we're going to use for the, are we going to use a promo code?
Yeah, Frenchie Fiesta 10.
Frenchie Fiesta 10. Frenchie Fiesta
10.
10.
That's it.
Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you very
So that's
much.
going to, thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So Roland has inquired. Thank you, Roland.
Thank
We
you, Roland.
appreciate the inquiry. We'll be in touch. All right, guys. So that is how to get in touch with us. Again, expect a phone call from a New York number. Expect a text from a Hungarian number. But that's how to get a hold of us. The other thing that I want to show you there's the email, phone number. There you go. I would recommend you guys not calling the international number, please. Please call the US number, unless you're international. All right, Roland. So we're going to go over to the other page, which is the Calendly page. If you want to take us there. So one of the things that we find that's really, really important, a lot of times when we actually get to spend time talking to you guys, even if you're a TomKings parent now, or if you're one in the future, one of the great ways to actually do it, you can do a lot of things through over the phone. You can do it via text message as well. But actually setting up a video call, we think is a great way to get to know us and for us to get to know you. As some of our guests had talked about the trust issue about us getting to know, or you getting to know us, being able to put a face to the company and to be able to have a real conversation with a real person. So if you ever want to get on and book a video call with us, we think that's a great way to actually try to engage, to try to reach out, to try to start the conversation. A lot of people aren't comfortable with video calls, but booking a call with us is always very easy. You just come onto our Calendly app, you find the date and the time that you want to. Now, everything is set up here. If you take a look at the time zone for Central European time, but it actually converts.
Yeah, it converts.
Yeah, so it
If
actually
you're from
converts.
New York, then it will come up with.
Exactly. So, but you go ahead and pick the time that you want locally, and then fill in your information. And then it's a great way to actually start the process to be able to talk with us. Now, if you want to do the same thing, it could be a video call. It could be a regular telephone call. Doesn't have to be a video call. But it's a great way to actually find a time that's convenient for you. Because a lot of times when we're trying to reach you for the first time, it's either a message, a phone call with a voicemail. So finding the timing that works for you is very, very important. We know that everybody is busy. We know that your time is very valuable. So booking a call with us is a great way to get it started. So those are the two things that we had to cover.
Yes, any questions or backgrounds?
Yep. So I think that we're at the end of it. I know that you guys have been sitting here very, very patient. So anything else that we're supposed to show in here? Yep, that is actually the schedule there. You will get an email confirming that.
Yes.
All right. So Roland, how are we doing on time? Are we okay? Yeah.
Perfecto.
All right. Do we have a few outstanding questions, guys? We're really at the end. I know that me as the host, I've had a great time embarrassing myself. It's been a lot of fun to see all you guys and to see all the Frenchies. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for your contributions. But
thank you for bringing in all these Frenchies.
Yes. Can everybody hold up their Frenchie? Let's we're gonna try to do a. Now, Roland, are you gonna take care of this? So this is gonna be the mass Frenchie collage. Say that 3 times fast.
No way.
Okay. All right. So if everybody can hold up their Frenchie.
Oh wow.
Aw.
Roland, when is the time? I just want to smile nicely, you know, when it happens.
Yeah, everybody just smile. It looks amazing. Yeah. And I just did it. So we will send out an email, okay, guys? We'll send the picture to you.
Thank you
so much.
All right. So you guys have made history here with our very first TomKings.
We promise
Frenchie
we'll do
Fiesta.
better.
Yeah.
We'll do better next time.
Yep. So I wanted to express our gratitude and our appreciation, not only for all of our TomKings parents. Thank you for taking care of our babies and making them obviously a welcome part of your life, and showing them so much love and care. But as well, we want to encourage everybody to stay connected. We talked about the Facebook group. The Facebook group is a great way to share stories, to share birthdays, to share Halloween costumes or other things like that. But the Frenchie family is a great way to engage with other Frenchie owners. And before we go, I want to see if anybody has any outstanding questions or anything that maybe they want to add into the video conference. If you guys want to raise your hand, if you want to say something, nice, of course, only nice
I can see a question here from Michelle.
Yeah.
Around what is the total price for a puppy? It really depends on which puppy we talk about. The adoption fees are different. So if you are interested about a puppy, please go on the website, choose the puppy, send the inquiry, or you can send us a message through all of those that we showed you. So either the phone, you can send us a message, or an email, and we can let you know about the exact adoption fee on that.
Yeah. And that's one of the things with Frenchies. Frenchies are probably one of the breeds, or probably the breed that comes in the largest variety of colors and characteristics. So from colors of coats to eye colors, there's so many things that kind of add into the variations in pricing. So when somebody asks how much is a puppy, it's kind of a loaded question, because it's always which puppy. It's like going car shopping and saying how much is the car before you've picked out whether you want a Cadillac or a Pinto. I don't know if they know what a Pinto is, but most people, I've dated myself. Vivian has no idea what a Pinto is. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. I get a few thumbs up. Thank you, Tony. But so yeah, it's important that you actually take a look at our website and have a Frenchie in mind. But we're always here to answer your questions, and we're always here to go through and to figure it out.
Kelly says, I got on very late from Alaska to learn more. I look forward to future fiestas.
Yes, Kelly, which part of Alaska are you in? Where's she at? Which Kelly was it?
Here's the message.
Which part?
Can you see? Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you're in Anchorage? I was in Anchorage. I lived up there for a while. So I might have talked to you before. I don't know if I had talked to you before or not, but yep, Anchorage is a beautiful city. People don't realize that it is cold in Alaska. I don't know if you guys realize that, but it is very, not yet though. Soon, yeah, it's coming. It's coming. The summers are short, the winters are long, midnight sun, but yeah, so welcome from Anchorage. So if you wanted to follow up on anything, Kelly, if you have any questions, I know you got here late, but you can always reach out to us, and we're happy to talk to you. Are you a current TomKings owner, or do we have a Frenchie in Alaska? 49 states. What's the state that we're missing right now?
You're asking me?
Yeah, that's Hawaii. That's Alaska. Hey, Kelly, we have puppies in, wait a second. Okay, she will. Okay, so just to share with you, we have puppies in 49 states. As I see on our map right now, Alaska is the only state that we're missing.
Oh, thank you, Rolly.
Oh, there it is, puppies worldwide. Let's take a look at Alaska. That's right, Alaska. Kelly's on it. She wants to put another pin in the map. Let's just see. Was I correct with Alaska being the state that we don't have in? You're going to go top left, Roland. Top left. Up, 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 up.
Really?
Yeah, it's up over here. There you go. There's Alaska. I don't see any pin in Alaska. No. All right, Kelly. No pressure. All right. That's the last state that we have to conquer. But yes, so that is Alaska. And actually, if well, I would have Roland point to where Anchorage is at, but it's okay. We don't have enough time. All right, Kelly, nice to hear from you from Alaska. Anybody else have any questions or anything else that you want to share?
No, you can always reach out to us. We're happy to answer. Well, let them go.
All right, guys.
Let it go.
Sincere gratitude. Let it go. Let our Frenchie parents go.
Thank you very much for being here
guys,
today.
thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time. All right. It was nice seeing everybody and nice talking, and we appreciate all the support you gave us without laughing too loud.
Yeah, at least we couldn't hear. Bye.
I see you laughing, Kathy. That's okay.
Me too.
All right, guys, take care. We'll see you later. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.